For a while, you have felt a void, a sense that something remained incomplete. A story that somehow never had its conclusion. Perhaps it's the constant presence of that person who marked your life in an inexplicable way, or the memories that, every now and then, insist on coming back. But today, the angels come to bring you a truth that can completely change the way you see this situation. That person from your past, whom you have wondered for so long if they feel the same as you do, is missing you in a way that they themselves cannot understand. What you may not know is that for this person, you were the only one who awakened a true and lasting feeling in them. They try to move on, try to occupy their mind with other things, but with each step they take, it's as if there is a shadow of everything they lived together. Your presence, even from a distance, is with them in a way that cannot be ignored. You were the love they couldn't forget. And yes, there is something deep that makes them remember you. They feel a longing that tightens their chest, a desire to relive moments that now seem so distant. Maybe for you, these memories are also difficult to deal with, because there was no true closure. It might even seem like you both took opposite paths and that now it's too late. But the truth is, their feelings for you are still very much alive, and the regret of not having expressed this before grows every day. The angels are saying that this person has been reliving the moments you shared together in an intense way. She remembers how you made her feel, how your words and gestures had a profound impact on her heart. And the most curious thing? She realized that she never felt this way for anyone else. Life moved on for both of you, it's true, but for this person, the void you left was never filled. All the other connections she tried to build seemed superficial, lacking that depth that only you managed to reach. Deep down, she knows that you were the only person who truly loved her the way she needed to be loved. And now, there is a mix of regret and longing consuming her. Regret for not valuing what you had, for letting pride or fear make decisions in her place. Longing for everything you shared, for how she felt by your side, and for how good it was to know that there was someone who truly understood her. And you? No matter how much time has passed, you know that this person still holds a special place in your heart. Despite your attempts to distance yourself from those memories, they seem to come back with even greater force. And now, this connection between you, which once seemed dormant, begins to awaken in a way you did not expect. But make no mistake, this is not just your mind playing tricks on you. The angels are showing you that there is something more between you two, something that has not been resolved yet, something that the universe is trying to tell you. This person, even without knowing how to approach, feels a growing need to seek you out, to talk about what was left unfinished, to confess what she has hidden from herself for so long. She always knew, at some level, that what she felt for you was different, but perhaps the fear of completely surrendering to it was greater. Maybe life circumstances did not allow you to explore this connection as you should have. But the fact is that now, more than ever, she feels the need to tell you the truth. Your angels are whispering that this reunion, whether physical or just emotional, is closer than you imagine. There is something in the air, an energy that is leading both of you to reconsider what was lost. This person is starting to understand that life will not give her another chance to feel something like this again, and the weight of it is pressing on her heart. She remembers the unsaid words, the moments when she could have acted differently but lacked the courage. She remembers how easy it was to be by your side, how the simple presence of the two of you together seemed to bring a peace that nothing else could offer. And now, with the distance, she misses that peace, that unique connection that somehow was interrupted. For this person, the time without you has been a harsh lesson. She realizes that by trying to move on and erase what they lived, she only created a greater emptiness. And every day, this emptiness reminds her of how special you were. She looks at your social media, tries to understand how you are, looks for clues about your current life, and every little detail makes her think about how things could have been different. But know that this person is in a process of emotional awakening. She is gradually realizing that perhaps the biggest mistake was not fighting for both of you. The angels are saying that she still feels there is a chance, however small, that this love can be reborn. She feels that somehow destiny can still bring you back to each other. Now, what you need to understand is that, even with this longing and regret, there is a great internal battle happening within her. She fears that by getting closer, everything will crumble again, that you won't feel the same anymore, or that circumstances will prevent any attempt to reconcile. But at the same time, she feels that if she doesn't try, she will carry this doubt forever. This person, even though they have moved on, carries within themselves an open wound. A space that has never been completely filled by anyone else because what you two had was unique. Sometimes she wakes up in the middle of the night, heart racing, as if she is feeling your presence again. It's a kind of longing that invades thoughts at the most unexpected moments, making it hard to continue ignoring what is clearly incomplete. The angels reveal that the time you spent apart brought profound reflections for both of you. This person, especially, went through moments where they realized how things could have been different. It's as if the universe was showing her, through signs, dreams, and even unexpected encounters with people who remind her of you, that there is still something that needs to be resolved between you. A part of her always knew that what they felt for each other was not common, and now that perception becomes clearer than ever before. Perhaps you also feel it. That kind of longing that comes out of nowhere, like an echo of something that hasn't completely faded away. Sometimes you may try not to think too much, avoid remembering, but certain songs, places, or even small coincidences make you go back to moments that seem to have been left behind. However, these signs are the way the universe uses to remind you that not everything has ended. In fact, your cycle is still ongoing, and there is a missing piece. This person is beginning to understand that perhaps pride has been the biggest obstacle between you. With each passing day, the emotional distance that once seemed inevitable is being replaced by a more intense longing. But along with this longing comes fear. She fears that trying to come back might be too late, that you might have moved on in a way that wouldn't allow reconciliation. Nevertheless, the angels show that there is a strong connection between the two of you, a kind of invisible bond that continues to unite you, even if circumstances have driven you apart. This bond is stronger than any obstacle, and that's what keeps hope alive within this person. She wants to believe that there is still a chance, that the love you shared can be rekindled, but the fear of rejection or reliving the pains of the past prevents her from taking action. But what your angels are saying is that the truth needs to be revealed. There is a tremendous weight on this person's heart, as if she were carrying a burden that needs to be relieved. She knows that the only way to find peace is to let it all out, to say what has been kept hidden for so long. There are so many unsaid words, feelings that were never truly expressed, that remain trapped between fear and pride. She is realizing that life without you, even though she has tried to move on, doesn't have the same sparkle. Every new attempt to connect with others seems to be a constant reminder that no one else has managed to touch her heart in the same way. She remembers how you understood her, how there seemed to be an inexplicable harmony between you, something that, no matter how much time has passed, still makes her feel that what they experienced was special. What you need to understand is that this person is not just missing you. It's much more than that. There is a deep feeling of loss, of regret for not fighting harder, for not being honest about what she truly felt at the time. And now, she sees that what she had with you was rare. A connection that goes beyond the physical, something spiritual that touches the deepest parts of the soul. And this is something she cannot ignore any longer. The angels show that this person has been thinking of ways to try to reconnect. She goes through moments of doubt, wondering if it's worth opening her heart again, if you would still be willing to listen. But at the same time, the desire to make right what was lost grows within her. She feels that if she does nothing now, it might be too late. And this sense of urgency only increases with each passing day. Perhaps you have also felt this change in the air, as if something is about to happen. The signs are everywhere, dreams that seem so real, moments when her name pops up out of nowhere, or even that unexplainable feeling that something is about to be resolved. This is not just a coincidence. Your angels are guiding this person, and they are also guiding you, so that both of you can finally uncover the truth that has been hidden. This truth is simple, yet at the same time so powerful. What you both lived was not a common experience, and the universe did not allow it to end without a conclusion. There is something that needs to be revisited, and the regret she feels is just the first step towards that reconciliation. However, it takes courage to cross the chasm that time has created, and this person is just beginning to find the strength to do it. The angels ask for your patience. This person is dealing with their own internal battles, trying to overcome the fears that have prevented her from being honest with herself for so long. But now, there is a transformation happening within her. And even though the steps are small, each day she gets closer to being ready to speak out everything that has been kept inside. And perhaps you feel the same way. Maybe there is a sense that something is missing, that your story is not over yet. The angels show that there is an opportunity opening up. A chance for everything that was left unsaid to come to light, so that both of you can finally find what you are looking for. But for that to happen, both of you must be willing to face your own truths, without fear, without reservations. As the days go by, the tension within this person only grows. She finds herself thinking more and more about what it would be like to finally speak out everything she has kept inside for so long. She imagines what it would be like to hear your voice again, look into your eyes, and say all the words she never had the courage to say. It's as if life is pushing her towards this moment, even if she tries to resist. There is a whirlwind of emotions in her chest, a mix of fear, regret, and hope. The angels show that this person is at a crossroads. On one side, there is the fear of getting hurt again, of reliving the past and opening wounds that have not completely healed. On the other side, there is the almost irresistible desire to seek you, to reconnect, and who knows, to revive what you both had. But for this to happen, she needs to face her own insecurities, the ghosts of the past that still haunt her heart. This person remembers every detail. The good and the difficult moments, the long conversations and the silences that spoke more than any words. She remembers how simple it was to be by your side, how everything seemed to make sense. But the fear, that fear that was always present, prevented her from fully surrendering. Now, looking back, she realizes that it was fear that kept her away from you, that made her lose what could have been the greatest love of her life. And you, who also went through this time of distance, may have felt the same. That void that was never truly filled. Other people may have come into your life, but nothing compared to the depth of the connection you both had. And now, with the time that has passed, you may also feel that something is still unresolved. That there are lingering issues, words left unsaid, and perhaps even feelings that were never truly overcome. The angels reveal that this cycle that seemed to have ended, actually was never fully closed. There is something greater at play here, something that goes beyond the choices you made in the past. This person has been feeling that, no matter how much she tries to move on, it's as if a part of her is stuck in time, constantly reliving moments with you. And that part now calls for a resolution. But the fears she carries are big. The fear that you might have changed, that you no longer see the connection between you in the same way. She fears that by trying to get closer again, she might end up ruining everything once more. She's afraid that maybe, by opening her heart, you may not be willing to listen anymore. And that paralyzes her, makes her hesitate, even when everything inside her screams for a second chance. On the other hand, there are signs from the universe that this person can no longer ignore. They are small details that appear in her daily life, songs that remind both of you, dreams that feel real, unexpected encounters with people who talk about you, even without knowing what you both lived. Everything seems to push her in one direction, the direction of trying again, of not letting fear prevent her from regaining what was lost. Her angels show that, no matter how afraid she is, the desire to correct her mistakes is stronger. Deep down, she feels that if she does nothing, she will regret it for the rest of her life. And this is a truth that is starting to become unbearable for her. More and more, she feels the need to reach out to you, to tell you what's in her heart, even if it means exposing herself in a way she never did before. But what she hasn't realized yet is that, just like her, you also carry a part of this story. Perhaps you have your own doubts, your own questions about what could have been. Maybe you also felt that something remained unfinished between the two of you. The angels show you that, like her, you are also in a process of reflection, trying to understand what you really want, what you still feel, and if you are ready to reopen that door. And it is precisely at this moment that your paths may cross again. The angels reveal that there is an opportunity ahead, a chance for you to finally reconnect and resolve what was left unfinished. But this reapproach will not be simple. Both need to be willing to face their own truths, to let go of pride and the lingering resentments the past has left. Only then can this connection be reborn in an authentic and profound way. This person, despite all the fear and uncertainties, feels that with each passing day it becomes harder to do nothing. She feels the need to seek you out, to tell you everything that has been kept silent. And you, in turn, also feel that this story has not yet come to an end. The angels are subtly guiding both of you so that this reunion occurs at the right moment. But it is important to remember that not everything will be as it once was. Time has passed, and both you and this person have changed, matured. This is not a bad thing. On the contrary, it is this new version of yourselves that can finally bring the healing that both of you so desperately need. Healing for the wounds of the past, healing for the fears that drove you apart, and perhaps, the chance to build something even stronger and truer. What the angels are saying is that what is to come will not be easy, but it will be profoundly transformative. This person is about to make a decision, and you will also be called to make yours. Both of you are being prepared for a moment of great revelation, a moment when the truths that have been hidden for so long will finally come to light. And in that moment, it will be necessary for both to have courage. Courage to face what was lost, but also courage to believe that what was left behind can be rebuilt. Courage to open your heart again, to allow yourself to feel everything that time has tried to erase but has never truly disappeared. The moment that the angels have been preparing for you and this person is rapidly approaching. And it is at this point that emotions will reach their peak. Everything that has been accumulating during this time of separation, all the words left unsaid, the gestures that never materialized, are about to find a channel of expression. But before reaching this point, it is important for you to understand one thing. The journey that is about to begin will require emotional strength from both sides. This person is on the verge of an emotional awakening, feeling that they can no longer run away from what the heart insists on shouting. For a long time, they have lived with a kind of mask, hiding their true feelings from themselves. Now, however, there is no denying it. You were, and still are, a crucial part of their life. The days without you have become a sequence of empty moments, and no matter how much they tried to find other paths, other loves, nothing compares to the depth of what you experienced together. But the path to this realization was not easy. They went through moments of deep confusion, trying to understand why you never left their mind. Why, even as time passed, your presence was still so strong in their life. The angels show that for them, the process of reconnecting with their own feelings has been painful. They had to face the consequences of their choices, the decisions they made based on fear and not on love. And now the truth is revealing itself. What you had was rare, something they may never find again. However, insecurity still haunts her. She wonders if you still feel the same, if your story still has a chance to be rewritten, or if everything has already been lost. But what the angels want you to know is that, as much as this person has doubts, the desire to be with you is greater than any fear. She knows that, to live this love again, she will need to cross the abyss of her own uncertainties and take the first step, even without being sure of your reaction. Each passing day, she feels this urgency grow. Longing turns into a desire to correct the mistakes of the past, to say the words that were never spoken, to open her heart and finally express what she feels. But for that, she will need courage. The courage to set aside pride, to admit her mistakes, and above all, to show you her vulnerability. And this is where you come in. The angels show that, just like her, you also have your own wounds to heal. Perhaps you still carry the marks of what happened between you, the resentments and disappointments that pushed you away from this person. But what you need to understand is that this reconnection about to happen is not just about her. It is about both of you, about how you can together turn this pain into an opportunity for healing and growth. The universe is conspiring for this reunion to bring more than answers, to bring the chance for both of you to break free from the past. But for this to happen, you will need to be open to listening, to feeling, and to forgiving. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting what happened, but rather allowing love to speak louder than fear. And the angels are asking you to consider this carefully. This person is fighting her own demons, and this battle has not been easy for her. The signs around you are intensifying. Maybe you have noticed it, vivid dreams, memories coming back strongly, even small details in your daily life that seem to take you back to her. These synchronicities are not by chance. Your angels are trying to show you that your story is not over yet, that there is a greater purpose to all of this. And even if fear tries to convince you otherwise, you know, deep down, that this connection has always been different. The truth is, when the right moment comes, that person will seek you out. And, at that moment, you will be called to make a choice. It may be tempting to let pride or resentment speak louder, but the angels ask you to look beyond that. Face this reunion as a chance for both of you to free yourselves from everything that has held you back in the past. Life is offering the opportunity for a new beginning, and it's up to you to decide if you are ready for it. This person, even if it took a while to understand, now knows that you were the love of their life. The fear of losing you forever has been a burden they carry every day, and with each moment without resolution, that burden becomes heavier. They feel they can no longer go on living without at least trying, without saying everything that has been kept inside. The angels reveal that this reunion will be a moment of great emotional revelation. Prepare yourself, because when it happens, everything that has been building up during the time you were apart will come to the surface. And it will be intense. The energy of this reunion will be like an explosion of feelings that both have kept bottled up for so long. And that is where the true test will lie. How will you choose to deal with this intensity? It will be time to confront your own truths, to allow yourselves to be vulnerable with each other, without fear of the consequences. This reunion, more than anything, will be an opportunity for healing, not only for your relationship, but also for the parts of yourselves that have been hurt throughout this process. But the angels ask that, above all, you remember one thing: true love always finds a way to blossom, even in the most difficult circumstances. What you have is something rare, something that no matter how much time has passed, remains alive in one way or another. This is what brought you here, and this is what will carry you to the next chapter of this story. Are you ready to open your heart again? The angels are guiding you to this moment, and when it comes, remember, this could be the fresh start you have been waiting for.